All right, welcome in everybody to Tuesday's edition of Daily Bread, coming at you live right at 12:05 on the East Coast. We got the World Cup action in Group B. We got an NBA slate tonight, along with a college hoop slate, all powered and sponsored by the Wise Guys Diamond Club. To get all your best bets for today's episode, and if you want the extra, hit them up for a weekend, week, or month. We're live on Twitter. Hit that link up in the title if you want to be featured in today's show. Drop your best bets, say who's going to score a goal, ask us any questions, all that good stuff. Roast Sosa, roast myself. We got the number one subs out there. They're allowed to do whatever they want. But how we feeling on this Tuesday after another masterclass from Embiid last night?
Oh man, listen, it's just a matter of time until people start respecting him back to the level he was last year from an MVP standpoint. Another great game. I'm usually into fading a team when the star comes back. I think we all kind of do that. Great job by the Sixers navigating through the first three quarters and coming back in the fourth, handling business, winning the game. Did a really, really good job of just weathering the storm and figuring out a way there at the end. And then obviously, I like DeJounte Murray, and I think he's a really good defender, but I don't think he should be the one guarding Joel Embiid at the foul line on a post up. Just something about that doesn't make any fucking sense. Other than that, what did I take away from last night? Tyrese Halliburton is going to be an all-star. So will probably De'Aaron Fox. So that might be looking like one of the best moves that Sacramento ever made. Sacramento, even though they didn't win last night, were ultra competitive with the Suns. They play a very entertaining brand of basketball. A lot of points scored last night. Still very impressed by the Kings. I know it's early, but I told people at the beginning of the year to buy stock in them. I think they performed very well. KD with the 40-piece last night, 45, no real sweat. I did bet on Kyrie, but when somebody's got it going like KD, you can't really cry about a prop not winning because at the end of the day, he went for 45. No one saw that coming. You don't anticipate somebody going for 45. The Celtics beating the Hornets, no real surprise, 11-point favorites. And if you looked at the guys that were available for the Hornets last night, it looked like a G League roster. It was pretty fucking pathetic. They clearly are in the Victor Wembanyama Olympics. Pretty sure we're going to be looking here at a LaMelo Ball trade soon, but we'll talk about that as it proceeds.
That's a whole nother podcast right there.
Yeah, there's no way I see him staying in Charlotte past this season. Not when you have first he's had some injuries, and not when you have Gordon Hayward's wife saying that the organization had him play with a fractured shoulder that he shouldn't have been playing with. And they abruptly shut him down. I don't know if you saw that. It's pretty fucked up story there in Charlotte. But that's how it goes, right? Teams ran by billionaires trying to force people out to make sure that they go out there and earn their check, I guess, whether they're healthy or not. Pretty embarrassing situation there pretty embarrassing situation to me in regards to the way that the Hornets handled that. Did I mention that the Lakers they were up 17 entering the fourth quarter and they lost to the Pacers? Did I mention that?
On Nemhart's buzzer beater?
Yeah. And then there were people on the internet telling me that LeBron did nothing wrong on the possession. Nembhard was his priority from the beginning of the set. And, I mean, I guess he closed out, but by the time he actually made an attempt, the ball was already in the air. So, again, you're not allowed to blame Grandpa James, but here we are. Monday Night Football, obviously, we saw Kenny Pickett pick up the win. Shout out to him. I'm not going to lie. I think that George Pickens will be, I think he holds every level of superstar potential, man. That guy is really fucking good. Anytime you get rid of a guy like Claypool, it lets you know like they have the utmost confidence in him moving forward. So I really like I think Pickens really is that guy, man. He's nice. And shout out to Mike Tomlin, working on getting back to that 500 record. Respect to him.
Defense mattered. That was the biggest thing from last night.
Indeed.
Other than that, hoop. everyone took the dub in fantasy because you got 2 weeks left before your playoff starts. That week 14 bye is treacherous from that realms, but no one cares about your fantasy team there. Like, retweet, follow, and sub to today's episode if you already aren't. Powered by the Diamond Club on Twitter. Click the link if you want to be featured because we got Barry dropping his best bets. We got Chuck ragging on LeBron. We got Roger dropping dubs yesterday and telling them about it. So it's what we're here for.
Yes, sir. All right.
Man, I really want to talk college football, but maybe we'll get to that at the end of today's episode since we got bets and that's what the people want to hear and not more of our rambling thoughts.
It would appear that way.
Chuck's talking shit, but we don't care about your fantasy team.
Oh, word. Yeah, falling off. I get Jamar Chase back this week. Eat a Frank.
Is that another billionaire rushing somebody back?
Tell me about it, man. God. Like 400 years. You know what? Never mind. We're not going to go there.
Let's start it off with the England versus Wales matchup here. You got the total sitting at 2.5, and it's juiced to the under at -127. You got England laying a hefty money line at -235 in the Asian handicap at either -1, 1.5, or 1.25. Does Wales make some noise and actually put up a little bit more fight, or did they blow their load completely against the USA and then get slept on at the end? And now this could just be a walk in the park for England.
Yeah, I think that's my expectation. I think that I don't see England really doing them any favors. They're a much more talented team from top to bottom, front to back. They're a better defensively, better in the middle, better up top. Barring Wales being able to bunker in and really try to make it a muddy, ugly game, there should be enough quality on this England side to get the job done today, in my opinion. I do think that Wales will try to muddy up the waters in the first half. And it's more, to me, I think it'll be more of a live look. I think if Wales gets through the first 10 minutes without giving up a goal, the first half will end tied. Because I do believe that England will come out here trying to get it early, just get on the board, ultra aggressive. That's why I picked a couple guys to score. I like Raheem Sterling, ATG today at +195. We haven't seen the lineups yet. Obviously, Harry Kane at +105. Very much whenever you get it plus money, you would have take it. This is the first match it's been plus money. The first one was minus like 130. The second match was minus money as well. You get him at +105. I think it's worth the bet. Raheem Sterling, anytime goal scorer at +195. We're gonna run it back with Rashford as well at +190. Not that I don't believe in this Wales team, but I just don't think they have enough quality to really, compete with this England squad for 90 minutes plus. What about you?
This is extremely lineup dependent for me because Wales is going to come out for this match and try to get a result no matter what because Absolutely. It's just for national pride and all that good stuff there. England, on the other hand, they haven't had to expedite too much energy because you saw a professional jogging match against the USA match there, but we could see a little bit of rotation in their lineup, which is my only factor here. And we could see the guys come on late rather than start, in my opinion. So you only get them 30 minutes of time. I think Wales I don't know how much they're going to sit back because I think England's going to let them play with it a little bit more than they should. So I like both teams to score angle here. But to be honest, I'm going to have zero eyes on that match. So I really don't want to be sweating the bet or having a second screen up.
There's another game on or something? Who's playing?
You can intro that one. You want to intro that one?
Sure, man. We got the United States playing against Iran. Two nations that don't particularly like each other. Have a lot of underlying political motifs attached to this particular matchup. Historically, obviously. I personally am going to defer to my co-host Rex because I've seen your letter to Pulisic. I'm not going to retweet it today. I'm going to leave it alone.
Maybe later.
But I'm going to let you handle this one because I know it's your squad. I got some plays that I like. but I want to hear your thoughts in regards to what you expect from your team in this particular matchup. That's actually the only play I'm on. Get it out the way right there. First half draw, -110. That's my only play. It's the only thing I like. Now, it could be 1-1, it could be 0-0, but it definitely will be tied. Go ahead.
Well, the lack of finishing or strategy has put them in this boat where you gotta get one today. And with what England did, sure, maybe they had some better quality chances, but I don't think England was ever too concerned that we were going to put one in the back. And that in the pre-tournament, the whole aspect was who was going to be our finisher. And you see the one goal that we had was with a little bit of nice play, but still, you could say that one even was a slight bit of luck as well. And it's completely from our back line, and our goalkeeping has been extremely clean so far, especially when you just get the 30-second fuck up. It's a World Cup that happens. You can give that off. But the midfield cannot get the ball up through the top, is not getting the forwards or the wings out into space. And Pulisic didn't try to play as much hero ball against England, which looks to be good signs here. You got the books laying them at -115 on the money line. This is going to be the sweatiest of sweaties, 1-0 finish, because I don't think either team's going to play cagey. This match won't end 0-0 just because you'll see a team go full out, full throttle. But with it juiced to the under, I mean, the under 2.5 is -125. That's what I'm playing for this game here. I don't see goals in this one at all.
See, this is my expectation. I agree. I think you could be right, but I think that our expectation for this one is a little bit off. I think that Iran in this matchup, they're going to try to bunker in. They're going to try their best to just not give anything up in the first half. Listen, I think the U.S. comes out ultra offensive. They try to get a bunch of chances early, punch one in the back of the net, and force Iran to come out of that shell. If that happens,
I don't think they're going to, because all they have to do is get a draw here, man. They just have to see this one out, and you saw what they did to England in the first game. Sure, it did not work, but you saw how many yellows they picked up. And you said muddy the waters. Anytime they get any bit of speed or transition, especially with Musa, I think he's going to take the hardest beating in this matchup. And if Reina gets in the matchup, he's just going to get bodied.
I got a strange
his
feeling.
coach. He used to coach the Red Bull, so we've seen what his teams have done before. It is going to be bully ball.
I just got a strange feeling, bro. I got a real strange feeling that we're going to expect no goals. I think the U.S. get one early, and it changes the way that Iran has to come out, because obviously the idea for them is to bunker down, try to park the bus. And like you said, make it ugly. I just think there's something about these youngsters from the U.S. that I think they're a little thirsty, man. I think they're chomping at the bit. I think he should start Gio. People keep saying other shit. Listen, man, he's the future of the program. Okay, he should, for all intents and purposes, next World Cup be the face of the United States men's national team program. Would you agree? 20 years old, plays in the best in a big league overseas, will probably transfer to another big league by the time.
As long as Pulisic is there, they ain't gonna knock him off.
I think he has to play. I think.
No, he's definitely a top 3 key piece, because their center attacking midfield is the most important piece of this, of making the line breaking passes and getting the forwards through, because it's not actually our back line being shaky, which has had me concerned this whole time. We've seen Aaronson miss a few. We've seen McKinney miss multiple. We've seen Adams, even though that's not his game as the defensive piece, he still hasn't made the pass through. Once we can do that, you'll see a completely different game, and it happened with the one goal.
It all.
And this is where Greg ball doesn't look like it's gonna match up too well for this style. So we'll see. We'll see the tactics. Wait for the lineups here. We have to go early today, but this is what happened.
Plus 460 to score a goal. You good? Plus 460. Gio Reyna. I'll put my money where my mouth is. I believe in this kid. I think that Berhalter's going to give him every opportunity. Whether if he doesn't start, he'll come on, get about a half hour worth of run. And I think I like the U.S. today, man. I like the U.S. I like them to figure out a way. I also think that we haven't really seen Berhalter put tactics in that would make you say, okay, we're going forward completely. I think that he's gonna come. They're gonna come together as a team today, and I think they're gonna play their best game, their best match of the tournament thus far. I like the U.S. today. That's just me.
They put all their eggs in their basket, and they've only ever came out once before when this has happened. So let's see if
Chips
they
are at the middle of the
do it
table.
again.
Like I said, the chips are at the middle of the table. I like America today.
NBA 3 games, and then since the college hoop slate will probably take a little bit longer, since I think we had our man Lamar saying the slate is great today, so we'll take her a little bit of more time for the college hoops. But what do you like in the NBA?
NBA, we're gonna keep it simple. We're gonna go Klay Thompson over 3.5 threes at +1. Let me get the numbers up. We're gonna go Klay Thompson over 3.5 threes tonight against the Dallas Mavericks. Why? Because the Mavericks have stalled offensively. They're pretty much looking like the Houston Rockets with James Harden. It's just that Luka Doncic gets to dominate the ball like James Harden, and no one has a fucking problem with it. A little weird to me. I like Klay Thompson there over 3.5 3-pointers made. I also am on, in that one, I'm on Andrew Wiggins over 17.5 points. My favorite play outside of Klay's threes at -102. One thing about Klay, he's 4th in attempts in the NBA. He's 6th in makes, and he has played 4 less games than the 5 guys in front of him that qualify for league leads. But again, if you let the internet tell you, he's just having a terrible year. Yeah, those are my 2 favorite plays in this matchup.
Shoot.
Other than that, I like Jalen Brunson over 5.5 assists, a little bit juiced. I would just wait for it to go to 6.5 because it will. I'm not betting the over 5.5 at -154. Once you get the alternate, you could take it to 6.5. Take it. You might get close to even, maybe even plus money. Point guards have just absolutely been able to destroy the Detroit Pistons. So I think I look forward to Jalen Brunson having a great game tonight for the New York Knicks. Only real looks I like. Obviously, it's only 3 games. Had a 10-game slate yesterday, but I still didn't find a bunch of value in that slate either. So
yeah, the road Pistons finally broke that losing skid and decided to go a little nuts. So maybe they'll definitely cool off tonight when they get back home.
Yeah, again, not too much stock into Detroit. My early season takeaways from Detroit is that one, Saddiq Bey is not good. Over 3.5 3-pointers, Steve. Yeah, I think that Detroit's actively tanking. I think they're doing it again, and I also think that they gave players the ability to go through the development phase, and I think that they're starting to realize that Saddiq Bey he's a pumpkin. He's not good. He has not gotten better. He has not improved his game. And the only stretch of his career in the NBA where he's been really impressive was when he was trying to end the season with the most 3-pointers made as a rookie. And he shot 37% over the last 15 games on 14 attempts. He's not good. They know it. He knows it. They're trying to find somewhere for him to go because right now he's just in the way. They also made a huge mistake by drafting Killian Hayes. He sucks. He absolutely stinks. Should not.
We've already gone in depth about that one there.
Oh, he's terrible. Oh my Lord, he is absolutely horrendous. I will say this: the only player that they haven't fucked up drafting is Cade. Cade's good, but obviously Cade's banged up. And then Jalen Duren looks like he resembles a competent big for today's game, but they're pretty bad. Outside of Duren and Cade are good. At this point, just tank. Hope you get Wemby. If you end up with Scoot, it works too because I think Scoot's game would fit just fine with Cade. I think Cade could play off ball, on ball. I think they'd work together just fine. But yeah, Detroit, their season's over. I line up the ping pong balls. That's done.
Disrespectful.
And that's all I got for the NBA, personally.
All right, let's get to the college hoop slate. What about Ivy?
Fuck that guy. He's Michael Carter Ivy. Let's go.
That's a tough one to roll off of, man.
Hey, man, until further notice. I know one thing. I remember getting on this show I don't know, maybe 6-7 months ago, and I said anybody that keeps comparing Jaden Ivey to John Morant is only doing it because they're two black kids with dreads. Because there's no way you can watch them both play and say that they're even remotely close. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not even close, bro. It's not even a conversation, which pisses me off because when people start making those statements pre-draft, it puts like unrealistic expectations on players. Like there's no way that he should have even been mentioned in the same light as a John Morant. But here we are. Because people on the internet and people on TV want to lie about the talent that players actually have. It irritates me. I can't lie.
Does it? It sounds like it doesn't.
Fucking irritates me. It makes me pissed, bro. I'm obscenely upset.
Well,
but back to college ball, where the money resides. What do we have?
Where the money resides. We can talk about the first game on the board. I don't have anything in Baylor versus Marquette here, with Baylor laying 6.5 on the road. Marquette, a respectable top 50 team here. I just don't want action on that because that's a large number to be laying on the road, and it's kind of in that fishy 5.5 to 6.5 area.
Do you know where the game's being played? Is it at Pfizer?
Home.
Huh?
Marquette's home.
Yeah, but is it
Pfizer Forum or it's at
Pfizer at their campus?
It's at the Pfizer Forum.
Yeah, I would probably lean towards Marquette first half. They play different. That's why the line is where they play great at Pfizer for some reason. They play really good there. It's kind of weird. That's why
I was expecting the line to be a little shorter. That's what I'm saying. Laying 6.5. I was expecting this to be plus 3.5 because they're saying Baylor's 9 points better. Sure. Baylor's top 16. Marquette's fringe. I mean, they have 2 bad L's, but that's where if you like the 6.5, I can't talk you off it. I just think it's kind of a little bit more in that dead number range where I don't like wagering on that. Total wise, what do you think? Do you think that has an impact on the over because it's already set at 154?
I like the first half angle, maybe the first half over. One thing we know about Baylor is they're going to run on makes and misses. They have athletes that can run for 40 minutes and they play about 12 deep, 10 to 12 players deep. They have, and that's how they beat you. They beat you in waves of athleticism that you just can't match up with for 40 minutes. That's been Baylor basketball for the last 4 years. On the road at Pfizer, yeah, maybe the first half over. Because I think that with the energy that you're going to get inside the building, I think you get a good rhythm going, and both teams shoot the ball relatively well to start the game. And then in the second half, you see it tighten up a little bit more. Just my anticipation of game script, per se.
My next play. I'm taking it. I'm not believing the Virginia hype yet. Just convincing myself that Baylor and Illinois were looking forward to the Thanksgiving break more than anything else. You're going to give me 3 and a hook at home with Michigan. You can maybe play it a little bit ballsier and just take them outright on the money line. But if there's a buzzer beater in play, I'll take what the books want, the minus 110 here. This Virginia team could be a little different. I don't buy it yet. So give me the home dogs here.
I love it. Also lead toward you also lead towards the under in any big Virginia game because that's just how they play basketball. They play a real elementary style of offense. It's slow paced. It's very demonstrative. I always lean the under in these big games, like these conference matchups for Virginia.
We're fading a home dog in the next one because I don't think the numbers in the analytics have caught up to this, how bad this team potentially could be when their only wins are against St. Joe's. So, I got to see that one. I forget the other, and I think the other one was St. Francis. So the team isn't playing. Is UMass a Catholic school? Fuck it. I don't know. They ain't playing a school that starts with the Saints. So UMass minus 2.5, minus 110. Sure, we're laying it on the road here. But with Frank Martin here, I don't think people have realized maybe they needed the Thanksgiving break, South Florida, to get right. But lay the 2.5 on the road with UMass here.
I love it. I have one college play and one college play only. The Houston Cougars were number one in 1983. That was the last time they've been the number one program in America. That year, they covered 84% of their games. They also were top 3 in America in scoring. A lot of mirroring factoids about that team. Tonight, my only play is the Houston Cougars team total over 77.5 at -104. They played Norfolk State at home after becoming the number one team in the nation yesterday. Houston should put up close to 100 points tonight. And if they don't, it's a disappointment. They should beat the absolute dog shit out of Norfolk State tonight at home. Over 77.5 team total, -104, my only college play of the day.
Yep. I could talk a little bit more of the games here. Let's see. Wake at Wisconsin and Georgia Tech at Iowa. Personally, I don't have any plays in either of those.
Wait, Wisconsin? What's the under, like 100 points?
Which one?
What's the under in the Wisconsin game? Like 120?
No, it's 135. Or no, 130. Yeah, 130.
Yeah, first team to 60 wins the game. That's going to be an ugly one. Wisconsin, they're worse than Princeton in the 80s. God damn, it's ugly. Jesus.
The last angle that I like in tonight's college hoop slate could be over that we regret betting. I'm taking the over 131.5 at -110 in Clemson versus Penn State here. This Penn State team attempts more than 25 threes per game. Sure, Clemson has held teams as of recently late, close there and at home. They're like Virginia Light a little bit style here, but their offense has gone cooking a little bit. Penn State, I don't think they've played a team that can put up points yet like Clemson will this season. So I'll take the over 131.5 -110 and sweat up and gross total over.
Oh, man.
You got Louisville, Maryland. Wild that we can't even talk about that one since it's like a 14-point spread or a 13-point spread.
It's Tuesday, right? Today's Tuesday?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give you guys a knockout winner in the NFL. Lay 14 with the Cleveland Browns. Lay 14 with them. It's a 7-point spread, double the number. They're going to beat the fuck out of the Texans. Just want to throw that out there. Anybody who thinks the Texans have a chance against Cleveland with Deshaun Watson coming back, hit my DMs. I love donations. I'm about to start my own nonprofit. Come fuck with me. People got to be the dumbest on the internet, bro. Christ.
I forgot one last play. Right? I forgot one last play.
You got another one?
I did.
My fault.
Oh, yeah. Forgot the underdog of the day. It's a baby dog. Wichita State, money line, +115. They got Mizzou coming into the house. Recruiting matchup here. Mizzou, who they've played so far this season, a bunch of nobodies. Wichita State, sure, they've taken 2 L's, but at least they've played some competition this year. They've been in these close matchups. Wichita State at home, +115. Other than that, we started it off. Sorry, Chuck. It's all right. Yeah, you can fade Louisville. Maryland team total might be the easiest play tonight. They're on that one up.
I feel bad for Kenny, man. I didn't realize how bad that roster, that team really, they're bad.
They got no guards. I mean, we said that's how Arkansas was going to kill them in the one game. We thought they could potentially show up, but it's going to be a complete stay away from them all season there. Unless you want to fade them. Like, retweet, follow, sub. We started with the USA plays. Sosa likes his first half draws there. I'm taking the under in the USA Iran game at 2.5. You have to go get his anytime goal scorer. So roll back if you want to get those nice plus money plays. Then we hit the NBA in the middle with some player props, and then we wrapped it up with the college hoop slate. Syracuse could get another fade.
America.
I like the over in Syracuse, Illinois. But like, retweet, follow, sub. We out.
America.